Today, I'm studying three languages: German, Portuguese, and Italian. As an expat living in Milan, we're gonna go through the languages. There's no aesthetic vlog here. We're gonna go through the real and focused. So let's start it now. First of all, we need to talk about the difference between the three languages. Of course, I'm not studying them with the same purpose and the same goal behind. So, Italian, to start with that, it's my main focus because I'm currently living in Italy. And then for me, it's making sense that I will prioritize more Italian above the other one. So, the Italian is the language that takes me a lot of time, and I'm doing active and passive learning. My main goal in Italian, as I already explained to you, is to become fluent. Okay, I'm chasing fluency, and fluency, first of all, with C1, then we will see how much I can develop in the next month. German and Portuguese, on the opposite side, it's a little bit more like wanting to learn the language to still be able to learn something new. But I do not have like an express goals into like getting a certain level. I'm just going through. Of course, I have an objective, like I have a goal to reach a certain level, which is B1, B2, but I'm not really focusing that hard on that. It's like even if it doesn't happen in the next few weeks, it's okay because there's not that much of urgency with those two languages that I have with Italian. For Italian, I focus mainly on writing and speaking. The listening part and the comprehension in listening and reading, that has been managed. I am able to read in Italian. Piano. Qualcuno non sa chi sono. Io sono molto semplicemente uno che ha sognato e non vuole smettere di farlo. Uno che ha cantato e bellato sui suoi Scusa. Of course, it's not there in the fluency C1. I'm still in B1, B2 when I'm reading, but I'm able to read a book. It's taking me a lot of a time that if I was reading in English or even I was reading in French. So of course it's taking more time for me to be able to finish a book or even a chapter when I'm reading in Italian, but I am able to get there. As that's the point. In terms of listening, I would say my listening skills is very, very good. I'm able to listen to people having a conversation. For example, today we went to a gym to talk about possibly like subscribing to the gym, and I was able to really understand the guy. I told him the guy like, yeah, I need to be able to speak in English on some point because I mean we're talking about something like it's a contract, but you can still speak in Italian, you can still explain me some stuff, and I will be able to understand that. And that was the case. So I'm very happy about the listening skills is doing great.
Ora stiamo dove siamo, restiamo nello status quo, in un lavoro, in una carriera, in uno stile di vita, in un progetto che, ad essere onesti, non ci rappresenta più davvero e non ci rende nemmeno più felici. Quindi non cambiamo perché non possiamo cambiare, ma perché cambiare significherebbe ammettere che qualcosa è finito e questo ci costa un po'. Ci costa troppo ammetterlo. E questa infatti è una delle cose più difficili da fare. Ciao, sono Stefania Brucini e stai ascoltando Valorizza il tuo tempo, il podcast per chi vuole usare il proprio tempo in modo più intenzionale e consapevole. Qui parliamo di identità, visione e azione, capire chi sei, cosa vuoi davvero e come trasformarlo in scelte concrete. Valorizzare il tempo non significa riempirlo di cose, significa usarlo in modo intenzionale e coerente. Se vuoi costruire una vita di significato che ti assomigli di più, sei nel posto giusto. Ti do il benvenuto.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Italian today, some days feels very natural. Like I would wake up and I would feel like, oh my god, I'm talking Italian. And some other day, it's like completely frustrating. I feel like I have no vocabulary. I feel completely lost in a conversation with someone. So you never know which type of day I'm having. Sometimes I would go in the street and I'm having like the best conversation with people and I'm happy about that. Some other days I feel like I'm struggling just to say something basic that I already know also, but somehow the words are not getting in my head. So yeah, it's kind of like annoying. We never know. We never know which type of days we're having, and it's very normal because we're on this phase where we're changing the level. So yeah, it's mostly happened like that. And I had this time also with English. I had a time with Spanish, and I'm not surprised to have that with Italian today. And I know it's gonna pass. I'm not very surprised or even worried about that. It's gonna pass as it's always passed. German requires more structure for me. It's completely different from Portuguese. It's different sounds, it's a new way of speaking. It's very guttural, you're speaking with your throat. When the other one, you're speaking more with the tongue, and you're kind of thinking a little, even in English, I feel like I'm light in the way I'm speaking. But German is really like a deep sound that you need to make, and you need to make some words, some sounds that is making, it's not natural. When you read the word, you don't think about making that sound for that word, but it is. So yeah, it's a little bit more like it's it's helping with a little bit more structure. I'm spending a little bit more time in the pronunciation that I was doing with any other languages, because just I need to work on that difference of speaking. Zeichen and film Huberfahrtschims Huberfahrtschimsprecher. Sie sein Haus wie vogelem Himmel. Dis, sie, ha, sie sahen, design. Design Haus wie vogelem Himmel. Er überprüft, er überprüft alle Gurte und sagte. Er überprüft alle Gurte und sagte. I don't know if it's making sense, but I need to get used to my own voice speaking German, like it's a little bit different. Portuguese feels familiar. Portuguese is very close to Spanish and very close to Italian. Sometimes I am mixing a little bit the word. For example, the word cidade, which means city. I feel like in Italian I would say ci because it's ci, and ci in Italian is ci as a sound, like a cheetah. But in Italian, in Portuguese, it's gonna be cidade, and then it feel completely different. I'm just like sometimes I'm reading the word, and the first sound I'm doing it's chi and not c, and I'm like, I need to take away the Italian from my head. And the same thing also with some other words where it's gonna be like very close, like practicar. Sometimes like I'm gonna be using very words like words very close to Spanish because it's sounding like, well, it's written like, but it's not sounding like. So yeah, Portuguese is very familiar on that, but also the familiarity of Portuguese is the struggle for me because I need to make sure like I'm not mixing Portuguese and familiar. For example, when you hear me like talking right now, it looks like I was doing a little bit of mix of between Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. So we understand that the words is clear, but the accent is traveling a little bit around. Um dia de sol. Finalmente, eu, Mateus e meus amigos, Pedro, João e Helena, vamos viajar juntos a um lugar que sempre quisemos ir. Nós somos aventureiros e gostamos de viajar e conhecer lugares novos. Adoramos mesmo escrever nossas próprias histórias. Meus Meus amigos fizeram um convite para visitar uma cidade do interior, localizada no estado brasileiro, mais Novo Tocantins. João, um querido amigo, nos lembra que ir ao interior é muito bom, especialmente para descansar, especialmente para descansar e sair um pouco da vida agitada da capital. Não, e sai um pouco, e sai um pouco, e sai um pouco da vida agitada da capital. E sai um pouco, não sei, um pouco, e sai um pouco da vida agitada da capital. Não. E sai. Meus amigos fizeram um convite para visitar uma cidade do interior localizada no estado brasileiro, mais Novo Tocantins. The complication that I will have to face with Portuguese would be like the familiarity of the word is so strong that I may not pronounce it as I should do. I'm gonna stop the video here. Thanks for watching that. Do not forget to subscribe if it's not the case. The link is always in the description box to subscribe and join the popular. I will ask you to answer to my question in the comments. What languages are you currently focusing on, and do you prefer a single language focus or a rotation of different languages? Let me know in the comments, and then I will see you on my next video. Thanks for watching the video. See you soon. Bye bye.